Welcome to the Spit Bucket Hotel Party.
Thanks for joining us.
I have these dreams where, like, my girlfriend at the time started, like, hanging out with Oliver's mom, and then they started being super cool, and then they end up, like, running off and getting married together.
What the hell?
And yeah, that's...
Wait, Oliver's mom and who?
Oh, and my ex. So, like, my girlfriend at the time when I was having these dreams, because they don't like each other. But,
but you would dream that they would run off together?
Yeah. I don't know why.
That's pretty strange.
Yeah, that is weird.
But mine just involve a pounding.
You know why, though, I had those
Jam,
dreams?
who's trying to pound you in your dreams?
Look, I'm not going to say name, but it's multiple people. But you're there too, so don't worry.
Are you
I'm not going to let you go to sleep anymore.
Okay.
Jam, alright.
You can't cheat on me in your dreams.
Yeah, welcome to
I'm
this.
not cheating if you're okay with it.
I'm not okay with it.
It's not cheating if you're there.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
But you were okay with it in the dream.
You were
I'm
all
not
for
okay
it,
with
baby.
anything anywhere, alright?
Baby.
Welcome to the Spit Bucket.
How long?
This is the worst episode that we've ever recorded.
Yeah.
My name's Omar, and joining me at the table this week is everyone's favorite arsonist, Alex Torres.
Hello, everyone.
Is that what you want people to
know
recognize
you.
your voice as?
I don't know what else to say. I'm still waiting for my.
What's your favorite wish? Man, you're making
I don't-
me edit that,
I
huh?
don't. when people put me on the spot, I don't know. I was just gonna say that I'm still waiting for my testosterone levels to come back for the doctor.
Okay, for sure. That's fair enough.
What do you think you're not man enough?
No.
Calling people out this week. She is cheating on me. So,
But only in my dreams. No, it's not even.
Oh,
You're
man.
okay with it. You said, Jam, let's.
So Omar
All right,
started it. So it's Omar's fault.
So what happened? Did they just, like, walk in? Like...
I think you invited someone over. I'm just gonna look at you the whole time. You invited someone over.
So Omar again still started it.
alright, Jam.
And you're like, oh no, we're just hanging out, but let's slam.
Okay, so Omar started it.
So, ever since Jam's been off birth control, she's been...
Off?
Yeah, off. I'm off it now, boys. So.
Yeah. Guys, I'm not done with intros here. But anyway, this is Jam's last episode. She's going to be moving out pretty soon. she's out of the show.
I'm a force to be reckoned with off birth control now.
In this corner, weighing in at... Alan, how much do you weigh?
135.
Weighing in at 135 from Waukegan, Illinois, Alan Mendoza.
Hello, everybody.
How was that for an intro? Was that better than the foreskin one?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
All right. I'll just make you sound like a fighter every time you're on here.
It's better than all of mine. You've never tried on mine.
Hello. Hello.
You haven't tried when you say hi to people, so why should I try?
Hello.
Hello. I'll start making you sound like a fighter, so then when people see you, they're going to want to try to fight you.
I've never been in a fist fight in my life, so...
Have you ever been hit hard?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
By what? What happened? Did Eric hit you?
No. It was my ex.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
So you can't fight back.
Hey, what is that? I'll fight her.
Nah, she gone.
She's gone. She married,
Yeah, she married my my baby mom. And now I have all these abandonment issues. So.
Don't we all?
Have you been in a fist fight?
Me? Yeah, I've actually been in one fist fight. And guess who won that exchange? I weigh 100... Oh, shit. I weigh 180 pounds.
Thick.
Yeah, I'm 50 pounds heavier than you, Alan. Isn't that fucking crazy?
Who did you fight?
Yeah.
Alright, so,
But this was back when you weighed like 6 ounces.
No, this was in, actually,
Actually, you were
you're right.
You used to be a skinny legend. Now you're a thicky bubby.
Am I that thick? I like to think I'm dense.
You've
I'm
thickened,
thick?
Yeah, you're
thickened
thick.
up. Boy, have
Yeah.
you seen those pound cakes, boy?
Yeah, just call me James Charles. Yeah, so what happened was in middle school, there was this guy. I'll say his name. Maybe you guys have heard of him, but I'll just bleep it. His name's
Oh my.
Oh,
Fuck
okay.
him. I know what you're talking about.
You know
Because
what I'm
I had a
talking
1v1 fight with him too.
Wait,
What,
like IRL?
like fist fight?
No, in Halo 3.
Oh.
No, listen, he was talking mad shit about me,
Uh-huh.
and then so I played with him, and he quit halfway through the game after I killed him like a couple times.
Yeah.
And he couldn't kill me at all, and then he just left.
So you probably went to go look for Omar after that?
Yeah, I need to.
Wait,
I need
when
to feel
was
good.
that?
High school. So not
No, sorry. I fought him in middle school. What happened
Quinn
was...
Hero.
I gotta bleep that out. Let's call him...
You gotta
What's a
believe
good-
Let's just
everything.
call him...
What's a
We'll just call him Terry.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
Our boy Terry. Pick it up, Terry.
So what happened was, this was 7th grade. So Terry would get bullied a lot
Oh.
by everyone.
Oh.
except me.
Okay.
Oh.
You know, because I felt for him. Because, you know, I'm like, no one's bullying me. I never got bullied. But I'm like, man, it kind of sucks that he's getting bullied. I'm not going to do anything about it. I'm just not going to bully him.
Okay.
So that was my contribution to it, you know? So then this was 3/4 of the year in, and he was just bullied the whole time. And then for some reason, one day he decided, you know what? Maybe if I bully someone else, everyone else will stop bullying me.
Okay.
And the only person that wasn't bullying him was me.
That's what you get.
So what happened was that this one particular day, he was just getting shit on, and he decided to put shavings in my head, and I just wasn't having it.
So it was on site, pretty much. Like,
Yeah.
As soon as he did that, like, that was it. You started fighting.
Yeah, no, because he did multiple things. So I wiped that off, and I like kicked the shit out of him. I'm like, don't do that shit. And then he just like walked away. And then later on in the day, he just kept throwing papers and shit at me.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna have to beat his ass now. So I did. So the bell rang, and we were on our way to the library. And then I just like pushed him from behind, and then he started walking up at me. So I punched him in the face so hard that with the swing, I also hit him with my elbow. So it was like a pop, pop at the same time.
Nice.
And then after that, Kevin threw him to the ground, and then that was it.
And then Kevin fought him, and you won.
No, he just stayed on the
Okay.
ground. He just stayed on the ground.
That's
So that
some
was
shit.
it. Yeah. Well, he deserved it.
I remember in middle school, I think I just punched him in the stomach. This
Same
kid-
guy, Terry.
Sure, except his name was Adam DeSoto. Now you could leave that fucking name in.
Okay.
Swim swim gym period, whatever, for 6th grade. This boy would not stop touching me under the water. Boy, I said, I don't need this right now.
Was he touching your butt?
And then some.
What?
Yeah, and I'm over here like just trying to stay afloat. I punched him in the stomach and he didn't stop. And that's my bullying story.
That's your bullying?
From
No,
middle school.
that's your molest story.
Yeah.
Jesus
It's a
Christ.
different kind.
Yeah. Terry. Terry didn't molest me.
Terry didn't touch me those ways.
Well-
But then he disappeared, like at the
I hope
beginning
he's dead.
of 7th grade. And he was in California, I think, and then he came back and his unibrow was gone. He was shorter than me.
Oh, I could.
So how the fuck did I let that happen, right?
Yeah, that's true. Never let anyone shorter than you. I'm just kidding.
Remember that one time that guy asked me to be his Valentine?
Oh, the other short guy?
That short guy. The guy
Why
who was
do you
shorter
attract
than
short
me.
guys, Jim?
Like, I know what the boys.
Hey, Alan, you ever date a girl taller than you?
No. I mean, I've had a crush on someone who was a little taller than me.
It's
But-
intimidating, or
Yeah.
You know what? Because
But don't you want to climb that tree?
so a friend of mine, he's been with his lady for a little while now, a couple of years, but they're the exact same height. But like you can tell that the girl is like just a little bit taller, and I mean I don't care. But I remember one time we were hanging out, and she's like, "Yeah, I really like wearing heels, but like I feel bad because like she would kind of like
Right.
be taller than him."
That's
so.
what I would think about too when dating a girl just exactly your height or around there. And girls like to wear heels that they would be taller than me,
yeah,
but I wouldn't really care either.
it wouldn't
She's
affect
just,
you. That
It's
much?
just her trying to look
I
beautiful, so she can look
fucking
beautiful.
wish
if she
I was
wants.
the same height as Omar. I wish.
There's a
I feel like it'd
reason.
be scary.
There's a reason God made you short and bad at math, because you'd be too powerful.
It humbled me.
But what was I gonna say? Oh, and then after our scuffle, then the assistant principal had to come through, and then guess who got suspended?
You did?
No, not me.
Oh, okay.
I got completely
So
away
the
with
one
it.
who was getting bullied.
The one who got bullied and then beat.
Depressed.
Yeah. He's the one that got.
Can you imagine he like mustered up all his courage to like stand up for
To-
himself?
For the
And,
first-
like,
He
I'm
didn't
the
have
wrong
to stand.
person.
He didn't stand up to me. I wasn't doing anything. I never did anything to him.
but it's kind of like fighting the biggest dude in like the jailhouse
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something. It's like making a name for yourself, and it's like, yeah, it just happened to be you.
Yeah, I mean, he picked the wrong person. There was a few people in my middle school class that he could have easily beat the shit out of because they couldn't fight. I mean, he couldn't either because he would get in a lot of fights. But there are some people who I know for a fact he probably could have at least gone like 50-50 with.
But you weren't one of them.
I wasn't one of them.
Funny.
Yeah, and in 7th grade I weighed 96 pounds. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, he was taller than me, and I still beat his ass.
Oh, yeah.
What was I gonna say
Hey,
about it
fuck
though?
you,
Principal.
Shaquan Edwards. That's not the guy, but I just thought about him and I got mad.
All right, everyone, say your bully's name.
Ivan. I don't know his last name, but he's in jail. He's the one
so
who
not,
gave me diabetes.
not the one on the show.
No, not this one. The one
okay.
that gave me diabetes.
Okay, for sure. Fuck
He
that
gave
guy.
you diabetes?
Yeah, that's the guy who kicked the soccer ball into my stomach. That literally started the sequence of diabetes. I follow him, and he's in jail.
How do you follow him in jail? He's on
Like
Love After
I've looked,
Lockup.
I've looked him up before, and I saw like, oh, people were like, let my boy out. And then
Alex was like, no, keep him
I was
in.
like, I hope he dies in there.
Hey, Jam, call that guy over. I'm gonna beat his ass.
I found him.
Is he dead?
No.
Rest in peace.
No, the guy who
There
used
he
to
is.
bully me, his name was
Ugh.
kind of looks like you, Omar.
I could beat his ass.
That does look like Omar.
He
Just
looks
with
like
long
a
hair.
dirty version of me.
Is that why I like you so,
So
much?
is this the
'Cause
guy
I'm like,
who was touching you?
yeah.
Send him one of those like videos. Do you know there's like that little chubby kid on was it like Vine? He's like, this is what dying feels like, and he's like punching at it, and then he does a big old jump. Do something like that.
Well, he only has 100 friends, so fuck him.
Because you can only be judged by the amount of friends you have in your
It's
Facebook.
all girls though, thoughty girls.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe did he think you were? Were you a thotty back then, or is that a more recent thing?
that's a more recent thing.
More recent thing.
Omar, you were my first kiss. I was not a thought back then. Okay?
There was no thoughts of being a thought back then. Alright?
That's before thoughts were invented by the U.S. government, by U.S. politician Carolina
I remember
B.
there was another boy who was very much into me in 6th and 7th grade too. He smelled like tortilla chips and I did not like him. He would sit on my seat on the bus and he would just wait for me and he'd be like, that was back when we were still like on MySpace and transitioning to Facebook. So that messenger would come up in like the bottom of the screen. And he'd be like, hey, so why didn't you answer me yesterday? I'm like, and I blanked because I'm like, I don't want to talk to him. But I came up with the excuse that, I had to go with my aunt to buy towels at Walmart.
That's what you thought of?
Yeah, literally, because I'm like, what are you even talking about? Because I was purposely ignoring him, of course.
Yeah.
But, fuck you too, Marco de Paz.
That sounds like a fake ass
Just
name.
throwing names out there.
Hell yeah.
Is that what we're doing this
I'll throw
episode?
everybody under the bus, boy.
All right.
No, there's only one person I can throw under the bus.
Who are you gonna throw under the bus?
But he died.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess.
So like there was this guy in middle school who was like I guess he was like a big gangbanger or whatever you would call it in middle school. I remember like I walked into the locker room once and he was like taking money out of my pants. I'm like, wow.
What?
Yeah. And I couldn't fight him because like he had like all his like little gangbanger friends there, and I'm like, wow.
shit.
So I waited. Yeah.
You just waited to get your pants back?
Yeah, pretty much.
Damn.
I was a smart. No, I want to say like it wasn't bad bullying, but like there was no way like I would even think about standing up for myself. It's like they would
Not in that
literally-
case.
Yeah. So what ended up happening was he was in the car with two other people. He was in the passenger seat and they were drunk.
Mm-hmm.
This was in 7th grade.
What the hell?
He was intoxicated with someone who was like I think 16 and then like a 17-year-old. They were driving in front of Six Flags and then they hit a pole and he died.
Really?
Yeah, he died. And the other two guys are fine.
Damn.
What?
And everyone at school wore like black, and they were like crying, talking about what a great guy he was. And I was just like,
You're like, that guy stole my money.
yeah, like no, I mean, I wasn't vocal about it, but I was like, okay,
Yeah.
like, that's not like that's why he's dead, and I'm not. You know?
And now you have more money.
Yeah, I forgot his name. I think it's like Jesus, but fuck you, Jesus.
If you're listening to
Yeah,
this.
if you're listening to this from beyond the grave, go fuck yourself.
And I want my money back.
Yeah. That was only like $4.
But in middle school
In middle school
that's
money,
a lot.
dude, that's a lot of blow pops and Fagos. Ooh.
Dude, I have a Faygo in the fridge right now. You want it?
Sure. Well, no, I got this water. This water's fine. I've been trying to cut down on soda.
But it's not Faygo branded water. Are you trying to cut weight?
No, I'm just trying not to drink soda because
Okay.
like I got into this
Just
really
doesn't want
bad
to end
habit.
up in my office.
Yeah, because there used to be a point last year where I drank like 4 or 5 cans of soda a day,
Really?
and now I've only drinking 4 or 5 in like the last month and a half.
Damn.
So, like my body is a temple, pretty much. So like, I feel great.
And you're gonna respect it.
Yeah. Well, soda's really good at cleaning like blood off of floors and stuff. So if your temple's a little dirty, just drink some soda. That'll clean you right out. That's the same concept, right?
No.
It'll clean your mouth of teeth.
If you have a penny that's green, you put in some Coke,
Mhm.
and that shit cleans it right up, boy.
If
So
you-
does ketchup for some reason.
If you have too many teeth in your mouth and you want to get rid of them, just put soda in your mouth, tape it up, and go to sleep like that. And you'll wake up with no teeth. That way it'll solve your
Or,
problem.
like Swiss cheese.
Swiss cheese but teeth.
Yeah.
Is that the name of this episode? Swiss teeth? Swiss, Swiss cheese
Oops, all
but teeth. Oh, we'll do that. We'll have our soda for our Oops brand, but it'll be Oops all teeth
Yum.
instead of them taking away the teeth.
Ugh.
All right. Well, we're about 20 minutes into this shit.
Jesus.
So speaking of bullying and fights, I got a little story for us. So this happened in Australia. And what do we know about Australia, Alex?
That it's the best place in the world.
Also,
And dangerous.
Australia has a lot to do with, flat Earth conspiracies and shit like that.
Remember when that was
But
your
where's
bit
the-
for a minute?
But weren't we... Here's where the biggest flat Earth, right? Where it started here.
In Zion, like
Right, but that's where it started,
two
okay.
blocks over from here.
You guys want to hear a real fucking
Oh, they don't
conspiracy?
believe in Australia.
Yeah, that's what it is.
How comes when you buy strawberries at the stores, they have them on the shelves or like in the little tables, but then you have to refrigerate them at home?
Where do you buy your strawberries?
Like at Jewel?
I'm trying to think of where they're at because
They're
like
not in the fridge.
I always get my like the berries that I get are
yeah,
from
they're
Walmart,
not.
and they're like I guess refrigerators, but like the top is gone, but they have shelvings like
Oh.
within it.
No,
They're like
no,
in
no,
the middle,
no.
in the middle aisle, like
By
in
the
the middle
apples?
of the room, just there.
Tortillas too.
At Jewel?
How come they in boxes in front of the meat, but you don't have to refrigerate them, but we put them in the
I
fridge?
feel like we
Why-
refrigerate them to make them last longer.
Why is it that you have to buy milk from fridges, but when you come home you just put them in the pantry?
Or put them outside.
I don't think we're getting our food from the same places. I don't understand any of this.
All right, so this goes back to our bullying. That was all on purpose. Why we did that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
While you're trying to reignite horrible memories of bullying to our viewers.
All right. So a man in Queenstown, Australia. The gist of the story
Yeah.
is that a man threatened to kill someone for a bet that they made that the Earth was flat, and the bet was for $10,000.
Damn.
Does that make sense?
No.
All right. Well, let's dive into it. A $10,000 bet between two Queenstown men over whether the Earth was flat or round resulted in one being charged with threatening to kill the other.
I'm still a little confused.
All right. So
I get it. It's just, why are people still fighting about this flat Earth, not flat?
Alex, have you ever seen the Earth?
Yeah.
No, you
When?
haven't.
Name one time.
Have you seen it from really high up? Like, have
Yeah.
you gone up?
Google Images.
Yeah, but you know who makes Google Images? The government?
NASA.
No,
The
the
government?
government. Yeah, NASA's part of what? The
Oh
government.
my god.
Good moment.
Just launch a bunch of flat Earth people into space, but don't
The
bring them
government.
back.
On a one-way? Oh, it is round. Shit.
Fuck.
So James Matthew Sutherland, 36, who is a car groomer. Yeah.
Is that what they call it in Australia?
a car groomer?
So he watches cars.
Yeah.
Or like details cars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Car groomer.
I don't like this story. I'm going to tell you straight up, pimp.
It's written very Australian.
Yeah.
What, are they going to push the trolley? Wait.
I think that's somewhere
Yeah.
else.
You're
That's
thinking
American.
British. That's what you call it? Alright, so he denied threatening to kill Louise Lands in Queenstown on February 14th. At Valentine's Day date.
They don't celebrate Valentine's Day over there.
No?
No.
Okay. Well, the incident, which resulted from a dinner the pair had a couple of months earlier, that's when the bet was made. Given evidence in the Queenstown District Court before Judge Fernan this morning, Mr. Lands, a tennis instructor, said the pair had known each other since primary school, and they were
Squirrel?
since primary school. And over dinner in Queenstown, they spoke, saying the Earth is flat because I believe it's flat. Mr. Lands said, "I bet you $10,000 it's flat." And then Mr. Sutherland quickly jumped on the bet. We shook hands, and then he said, "You owe me $10,000." Mr. Lands then told Mr. Sutherland that he would have to pay up. The defendant started disagreeing with him, believing that the Earth was round. So
So this is like their the defense.
But,
of
okay,
it.
well, my question is, are they going off of any facts or not?
Yeah, like I wonder if they did anything.
You don't need facts
so
if you
they-
have believies.
They shook hands, and then once they let go, he's like, "Haha, I
Yeah.
won.
Yeah.
Give me the money."
Yeah, that's it. That's what it was.
What the fuck?
The thing that I love is that it sounds like the flat earther was the victim because
So
he
he's
said,
saying-
"You owe me $10,000. It's flat. I believe it's flat. So now you owe me." And then that guy's like, "No, the Earth is round," and started like getting up and mad. So it's
And-
the round
and how
earther
long have
who's
we been friends
threatening
for?
him since primary school. So since like
So what does that even mean?
elementary school.
Oh, okay. So they need to chill the fuck out.
If you found out your friend was a flat earther, would you keep being friends, or would you be like, well, if they believe that, they had a
Yeah. There's a lot of things that we probably don't all agree with.
that
right
we just
now.
don't even know about each other?
Yeah, like and I'm sure if you guys told me, I mean, unless you guys rape people, then I'm not gonna hang out with you.
Yeah,
guys.
like Omar doesn't agree that I should have a job.
Yeah,
I'm okay
you
with
should
that.
stay home.
I'm okay with that too. You don't make enough money. bitch.
Damn.
Oh.
I saw a meme where it's like, I can't wait to be in a relationship with two like working incomes, and then the guy's like, man, I can't wait to find myself a woman who has two jobs.
Sometime later, the pair encountered each other again at a petrol station. Sutherland mentioned that he wanted his money. He then started to make threats in order for me to pay up. I believe I've won. I believe that I'm right. And that's literally the only facts.
No one's doing anything.
Either one of them. None of them had facts other than I believe that it's round, I believe it's flat. It was kind of a joke to me. It was more like, I bet you $10,000, I'm so sure you're right. So that's how they saw it.
This sounds like it took place in Pawnee, Indiana.
I told him many times that it was just a joke bet. The way I said it in a joking manner, he just didn't take it that way. On February 14th, the pair encountered each other again at that petrol station, and then they said that they were more forceful in demanding the money. He said, if you don't pay, I'll get my crossbow, I'll shoot you and your father, put you on the trunk of my car, and they'll never see you again. When someone threatens to kill you with a crossbow, it's quite concerning. And that's how he got caught. So he went and he tattled on him.
Jimmy's not lying anymore.
Yeah.
This is getting serious.
So that's the majority of the story. It looks like there's no real resolution to it just yet. The attacker just said that he really wanted his money because he felt like he was owed it, but he also felt like the earth was flat or round. What?
I don't think
I'm so confused on it now too.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever gotten into a fight like that in regards of a bet or anything ever.
But I feel like that's one bet.
They're
They're
so
not going to
hard-headed.
convince each other.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
there's
so
no way
hard-headed.
they'll ever convince each other. So I don't know what the best outcome to that could have ever been.
Just not being friends anymore.
I think I'm done with that story.
I'm a flat earther.
Enjoy it, because this is your last episode, Jim. Alex is a flat earther, and I'm a round earther, as we both know.
You're a thick earther.
Yeah.
So I chose this one because recently I had the ear infection.
Mm-hmm.
Or my doctor said either I have an ear infection, strep throat infection, but it all looks really bad, and he gave me a bunch of amoxicillin.
By the way, that you can't swallow a pill.
That I
Fucking
can't
pussy.
swallow.
Did you know
the capsule.
Alex can't swallow any pills?
I think
Yeah, we were
talked
talking about this.
last
Yeah.
other night.
You guys were talking about this?
Yeah, so I mean I can, but like my baby mama, she can't. She had like the little Advil pills,
Yep,
like
those
and
are
she
too
was
much.
trying to, and she almost threw up.
Have you seen the Zyrtec 5 milligrams? I can't swallow those either.
The 5 milligram ones.
Yeah.
Ones that are like the
They're like
grain
grains
of
of
rice.
rice. Yeah.
You can literally put it with your bowl of rice and just pretend you're eating rice.
I can't. I freak out.
Y'all dumb.
I have to chew, or else like I start thinking too much.
Should ask them
about
if they have like the gummy versions of it.
of amoxicillin.
Do you,
And if they
do
don't,
you
I-
chew your ice cream?
Yeah.
You do?
Oh, yeah, I do too.
You chew your ice cream?
So like I eat my ice cream really slow. Like I can't get like the big like triple scoops because I can't.
No.
It'll melt before I could even get past the first scoop. I scoop up a little bit at a time and I just kind of chew at it, which is weird.
Chew.
But
you
it's
just
good.
kind of gum it?
Yeah. Well, I guess that's
Chew, or do you use your mouth to like squish it with the roof of your tongue? Because that I understand if it's a thicker ice cream, but if it's a soft serve.
If it's a thicker, yeah, I'll use like the sides of my mouth. But like if it's a little softer, yeah, I'll kind of do like the tongue and the roof of the mouth thing, kind of.
Yo.
I will swallow it right away.
What
I
about
guess-
Jello?
I chew Jello.
I don't really eat Jello like that.
I chew Jello.
I think
You
I've
chew
had
your
like
Jell-O?
2 cups of Jello in my life.
Really?
I don't even.
That's it?
I don't remember ever having Jello. Yeah.
Man, y'all gotta have that Jello from Tutes, boy.
When I read this one, it reminds me of my fear whenever I go to sleep. I always cover my head every time I sleep.
Mhm.
Because I'm scared that something's going to crawl into my ear.
That's happened to your sister.
With spiders.
Yeah. So anything to crawl in my ear, into my nose, or into my mouth.
Uh-huh.
So I always cover myself all the way, all the time. And
You
then
remember
sometimes
that
I'll wiggle
bullshit
it.
statistic that you eat like 20 spiders?
7.
Yeah.
You swallow 7
In your
spiders
sleep?
in your life.
That's bullshit. I ain't never seen no spider. Never. Never.
Yeah, because you swallowed it.
Yeah.
No, they're all under this couch.
The one that Alan's sitting on.
So whenever I get like an ear infection, I always think the worst case scenario is that something's in my ear versus actually just having an infection. So this one says that a doctor removes a venomous spider from woman's ear.
Fun.
So see that
Is that's your...
that's what I don't like.
Remember my
I don't
bees
like
in
that.
the eye story?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
Oh.
That's fun.
The bees in the eyes.
Yeah. So there was like bees like behind some lady's eye.
Oh, okay.
And there was like
Tiny little... And I've actually seen these bees around. They're these tiny, tiny little bees. They're so cute. But they are attracted to like sweat and stuff.
And
They're
eyeballs.
only around me when I'm sweaty at work, and that's all the time.
I saw someone get stung in the eye by a bee.
You saw it happen?
No, like I saw the story because I saw
Oh.
them remove the. They had to like remove the stinger out of the eye.
Was it in the pupil or the white?
Yeah, it was like it was the pupil.
Did you guys
In
ever-
the eyeball?
Did I ever tell you that like my mom told me that I got stung in the eye? Well, like my eyelid. She said that when
Oh,
I was a
okay.
kid, like in elementary school, a bee stung me like in my eyelid, And she says that that's why I can't see, and that's why I need glasses.
Oh yeah.
So you didn't have glasses before that?
Yeah.
I got stung in the neck before, and that
Yeah,
shit
same.
fucking hurt.
Back of my neck.
I got in the side of the neck.
I had a cousin
I was right in
who
the back.
she never really liked to brush her hair, so a bee got stuck in it.
Uh-huh.
But I think it was like further because she had long hair, so it got stuck further down like her back. And my aunt was yelling at her, and she pulled her by the hair to like bring her into the house. My aunt got stung in the hand.
It was like in our neighborhood, the tree, and we were like, no, this is our neighborhood. There's no beehives in our neighborhood.
He said,
So
"You're
we
in the
all
wrong street,
yeah,
cuz."
so we all got rocks, and we all like got squat up, and then we walked down, and we just all threw it, and I actually hit it directly in the middle. And as soon as it hit it, they all started flying around. I'm like, oh shit! And then I tried to run away, but as soon as I turned, I just felt it just stab me in the back of my neck. And then when I went to my mom, I'm like, "Mom, something's in the back of my neck," and I guess it was like really swollen, like a big ball.
Yeah.
And then she pulled it out, and she hit me. Don't be stupid.
Classic Hispanic mom.
Yeah,
That's funny. That's your fault for getting stung.
So let's see. So it says, so in Missouri, a woman nearly escaped serious injury after a venomous spider crawled into her ear while she was sleeping. Again, what I don't want to happen to me. So her name is Susie Torres.
Too close.
So you're related.
Too close.
Oh,
this
you're
is-
related.
yeah, this is too close for me. So she first noticed something was wrong when she felt discomfort in her ear. I woke up on Tuesday hearing a bunch of swishing and water in my left ear. And that's exactly what I was hearing when I got sick. I would just hear like, and I'd be like, I swear to God. So when I went over there, he's like, no, you're infected. That's what I asked the doctor. I'm like, is there something in my ear? And he's like, which one? I'm like, any of them.
Can you check both?
He did. So he checked the left one that was infected. He's like, no, you just look hella swollen. And I'm like, can you please check the other one? I just
to
want
know for
I want
sure.
to have comfort when I leave out of here.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, no. Well, when he looked over there, he's like, oh my God. And I'm like, what? He's like, it looks like you're getting infected in this ear too. So I was getting like really bad
Get a
infected.
double ear infection.
Double ear infection. And then my lymph nodes were super swollen. So he looked in there and he saw like white spots. He's like, you also look like you got strep. He's like, I don't know, whatever you have a lot of everything.
He asked you, like, how did you even walk in here?
Yeah.
Like,
Like you drove here?
He's like, you know what solves ear infections? Bee stings.
Yeah. He just comes in with one.
Leeches.
So she heard the swishing. Torres went to her doctor to find out what was wrong and looked by a medical assistant who discovered something strange. She ran out and said, I'm going to get a couple more people. I think you
It's
have
like,
an
"Yo,
insect
check
in
it
there."
out.
Yeah, it's like, you come check this out.
That's fun.
like, hey, yo, come check this out real quick. Wait, so they told her that that there might be something in there as they were leaving?
So they said, she ran out and said, I'm going to get a couple more people. She then said, I think you have an insect in there. So yeah, so I guess they let her know.
That's probably something they could have kept to themselves.
Yeah,
Until
because
got
if they
it out.
told me that, I would start freaking out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
She should have just yelled
Blacked
out,
out.
hey, who wants to watch someone cry?
I would have blacked out and just...
Hey, tell that story of Fatima when she almost blacked out earlier this year.
She was in the taxi in Mexico, and she said that she felt really uncomfortable. She was in the very back seat of the taxi, and she said she felt very uncomfortable, like if something was watching her. And she looks down, and there's a lizard on her pants. Oh, God. In the fucking taxi. She said that she got, like... Well, your sister said that she got, like, really woozy, and, like, she got, like, pale. That she was literally about to black out because she was so
Oh
scared.
my God.
And then everyone was laughing. So
would
the
be
taxi
too.
driver just came and, like, smacked it off of her.
Wait, the taxi driver?
Yeah, he pulled
And
over
he was
on the highway.
laughing.
Was that here? Or was that?
In Mexico.
Oh, so he's probably like, oh,
Yeah, like
another
in my
lizard.
grandma's house, we see like those little lizards crawling all over the place.
In
So
Puerto Rico too. My grandpa catches them and rips their tails off.
Why?
I don't
For
know.
what reason? Does he just let him go again?
Yeah, and he lets them go.
Well, they grow back, don't
What?
Yeah,
they? Lizard tails
I
grow
think that's
back.
why.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
And then the worst thing over there I've seen was an iguana the size of a dog.
dude, I was just about to
Those
say,
things are
I went
crazy.
with I think it was like the second time I went with some cousins to go like get tortillas or something. And then there was like this tiny little like dam, and this the biggest fucking lizard I've ever seen. It wasn't like a crocodile or nothing. It was a fucking iguana. It was 4 men wrestling this thing out of the water. What they were gonna do with it, I don't know.
Have you guys seen the
Probably cut its tail off.
Just the tail.
cut his tail. All right, let him go. Have you guys seen the old white dude who's trying to catch an alligator and ends up just getting bit by it?
No, I saw one where he was fishing and he caught a fish, but then it was like really stuck, and as he was pulling it out, it was an alligator that ate the fish he caught. So it was him pulling that, and for some reason he kept just trying to pull it away, and the guy was like, dude, let it go, it's gone. And he's like, no, and they kept trying, but then when the alligator started going to him, he let go and he like ran off.
Let go of the whole rod?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Well, he's not gonna get it back. I wouldn't give a
You
shit.
couldn't
then.
just like snip the thing
Oh,
and
yeah.
get the fuck out.
Well, when the alligator starts running at you, the last thing you care about is that fucking.
Yeah, you're done if the alligator
Aren't you supposed to
catches
run
you.
in like a zigzag? Like when
I don't know.
chased?
Have you
Yeah,
guys-
like the shape of a lightning bolt. That's how you're supposed to run when you're getting chased by one of those.
Yeah, I
Did they
remember
teach you that in the
They
scouts too?
can't like go
Yeah,
side to
it's
side.
like, where you think you're going, huh?
Don't
What if
climb
you're running
trees.
zigzag, but he just runs straight, so anyway, he still catches you?
I've only seen one of those kind of videos, and it's where like it's a circus in like India, and the guy sticks his head in like look at me, but then it just like clamps down on his
It
head.
actually does it,
and
yeah.
then the video like cuts out. So
It's like one of those perfectly timed scream videos.
yeah, except he died.
Oh, where at the end it does the
It just cuts off when they're
Curb Your
screaming.
Enthusiasm or something like that theme song.
Mm-hmm.
And then so what happened next shooked Torres. She came back and told me there was a spider. Admitting that she was petrified by those creatures, Doctor worked their magic and removed the creepy crawler creature, which was a brown spider, a species with a bite that can cause stinging pain and severe lesions that require medical attention according to the CDC.
Well, you said it was a brown recluse?
That's
Oh,
what-
recluse? Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was.
It was.
Yeah.
Yikes! I'd be
Those
so.
are kind of thick.
Yeah.
Like, that's a
Yeah,
dense
that's what I was going to
spider.
say.
Big
Like,
spider.
the picture that we'll have to share on the post, it looks pretty big for it to even go in the ear, to be honest.
That was his like life's mission, was to get in that ear,
Yeah.
because that spider can't just like. It's not like one of those ditzy little spiders that just ends up anywhere. Like
Yeah.
those have a purpose.
But those like burrow into holes and shit to attack things, right? So it just found a warm little hole to go
a
into.
nest, pretty much.
Yeah.
Remember when
That's-
Mabel
yeah.
had that thick ass brown spider in her bed and she wouldn't get on it, and we're like, Mabel, what's the problem? We move the blanket, it's just this fucking tarantula.
That's,
Dog.
fucked up.
Tarantula.
That's what I'm worried that they'll go in there, plant eggs, leave, you die.
I mean, I'd be scared pulling it out. What if it?
I'll let the doctors deal with it. Like, I'm not gonna do it because I can't. Because I can't even like clean my own ears.
Without getting
What?
Because I can't. I'm like I can't look. So if I can't see, I'm not gonna do it.
You
You
should
just
do
gotta
that thing
go
with a
in
candle.
far enough until you like hear that
So you
ringing.
rupture your
No, not until you hear ringing. That's too
My
far.
mom used to fucking let me walk around with the Q-tip sticking out of my ears.
That's
Yeah,
why I don't.
yeah.
That's why I don't
You
clean
had
my
a
ears.
rough childhood, didn't you?
Nah, I had great.
Like, what'd you say? And that was it. So yes, they don't know how the spider got into her, but it didn't bite, so she was lucky.
God.
Yeah. See that? I'm telling you, that's why I sleep and I cover my whole head.
I mean, what if the spider's already in your bed?
Then I'm fucked.
You gotta start
At that
sleeping
point-
with like the mushy earphone things.
Oh yeah. Well,
Like
she
they-
says I went and put some cotton balls in my ears last night. Maybe that's what I should just do. Just in my nose.
Well, they sell
mouth.
just like
Yeah.
those squishy
Get the
earplugs.
gag ball and then the cotton balls in my ear.
Well, don't you already have the gag ball?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I already
The
used
gag
that.
ball.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm scared.
All right. Well, I have that. I found that video of the old white man trying to catch an alligator. If you guys want to see it.
Yeah. Oh yes, I did see this.
So
White
That is
people.
that is an old
actually, so
man.
there is no audio to it. So
I'll make the audio.
I like that you're
Yeah.
facing it away from Alan.
can you guys tell him what's going on?
This is a good old
So he threw
alligator.
his shirt over the alligator's face, and now he's like straddling this.
Now he's about to
creature.
butt fuck
But
it.
he
Oh, there's
literally-
two of them.
He literally looks.
He messed up.
Got his ass. Got his ass.
He's kicking him. He's trying to kick the alligator.
He got bit so hard in the arm.
The
I
alligator's
just want to
like,
know
I'm
what
keeping your
was he
shirt
trying
too,
to
bitch.
do? Like, actually, what was he?
He
trying
looks like
to
he's trying to impress his friends, like at a fucking golf course.
Yeah, because what you're supposed to do is if you throw it over and you go on top of them and you close
But
it
you're
like that,
supposed to
you're
grab their
basically
snout,
yeah,
yeah.
and you're basically good as long as you can handle like their movement. But clearly he fucked up
Yeah.
every single step.
Because he threw it. It didn't get
And
on the
missed.
eyes.
Yeah, and missed.
And then the thing too is that he's such a fragile old man. Like he looks like
Yeah.
Stanley 5 years before,
before he became
before
Bully.
Endgame.
Yeah,
Before Endgame,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll say that his
So-
Endgame. Yeah,
So he looks like that, and he's going after this big alligator.
that was
Yeah,
bad.
man, at that age, I'll just be at home.
You're supposed to get them when their mouth is already closed, because you can, if their mouth is closed, you can hold on to it because they don't have the muscle strength to lift up. But if it's already up, it's kind of locked. You fucked that up.
royally, just like the investigators on this next story.
Nice.
Grocery store employee missing for 10 years, found behind store's cooler.
I heard about this.
I heard about that too. Oh.
Damn.
Council Bluffs, Iowa. Earlier this year, workers were removing shelves and coolers from a closed supermarket and discovered a body. The remains were recently identified as those of 25-year-old Larry. He has a long
He's
ass last name.
25 years old?
25-year-old Larry.
Wow.
And a former employee who had been reported missing nearly a decade ago.
I'm sorry, before you keep going, is he 25 now? or he was 25 when he froze.
They just said identified those of 25-year-olds. So he was probably 25 at the time.
Yeah.
So now he's 35.
Hell yeah.
But he probably looks really young, though. Nice and preserved.
Sure. Council Bluffs police.
He's got to be if he didn't smell.
Well, I mean, what did they say when they thought him out? He survived, right?
Have you ever seen...
You've never looked at me so seriously before, and I'm like,
Is he being
what?
serious? Encino Man? You guys remember Encino Man?
What?
That
No.
movie from the... No!
No.
You guys remember Beetleborgs?
You're a
Beetleborgs.
Yeah,
the fuck out.
your childhood was non-existent.
Is that like hex bugs? Kind of.
Kind of, but Power Rangers. If Hexbugs had babies with Power Rangers. Also, Jay Leno was in it.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Just go on with that story because I'm lost.
Council Bluffs police
Bullies.
police believed Murillo, which was his last name, climbed a cooler and somehow fell behind it, leaving him trapped. Police say the gap was about 18 inches between the cooler and the wall.
That's like that big.
Our boy was skinny. He's a skinny legend, I guess. Employees say... Oh, wait. No, this is a quote.
Well, you can't eat if you're cold.
What?
I said you can't eat if
Is
you're
that a
cold.
fact?
Yeah.
I was informed that sometimes employees would randomly go up at different times to be up on the unit, and we believe that he may have accidentally fell behind it, said Sergeant Brandon. Employees say Larry wasn't scheduled to work that day, so no one knew he was there. Hours before he vanished, his parents told police that he was upset and ran out of their home. The mother had no idea that he had ever left. This is one of the oddest cases they've ever worked.
So they said that because it was like a walk-in freezer that he fell into.
No, I think it was literally like an actual like fridge that they would climb on top of.
But I mean, if he fell behind it, I'm sure it would have smelled. Have you been? All right. So the saddest field trip that I ever took was in 2nd grade. Our field trip was to Costco, and we saw the behind the scenes of Costco, and what all that meant was have you guys been to Costco or like a Sam's Club kind of deal?
I'm in the Sam's Club.
So you know where they have the milk and the eggs and stuff? They have like just aisles of it's all fridges.
Yeah.
And you can go inside of each of them, and that's how they stock
Yeah,
them.
like when you open the...
Yeah. So inside of there, I imagine that they had some sort of like other fridge that like led to outside or something,
Yeah.
and fell inside of that inside the bigger unit that was the
Okay.
fridge. Because if he just fell in the behind a fridge, like it would have smelled, and they would have been like that. You found that poop relatively soon, so imagine a dead body for 10 years.
What are you talking about, poop?
You found poop at Target when you used to work at Target behind a shelf.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I think a dead person would smell a lot more than poop. So I think he fell inside of a bigger fridge.
Fridge in a fridge.
So, but if that's where people hung out on top of, and there was an 18-inch gap, no one ever just looked behind them and like, oh shit.
There's a body.
There's
Yeah.
a body
so
there.
strange. Like, did
I know
he
those kicks.
fall in standing up, or did he fall on his side?
Well, let's like if they would sit on it. And
Or did he
felt
take
back,
a nap
probably...
and fucking rolled over?
There's a story. I mean, it's not a funny story, but like, there's something that reminds me a lot about this one. About that one kid who they found rolled up in the mat in gym, in like the gym class. Did you hear about that?
Yeah,
No.
I remember that.
What?
So-
At our school?
No, this was like this was in the news. It was like nationwide, or whatever. I guess like there's this really small gym, like I want to say an eighth of the size of the one at like Brookside. And there's like these wrestling mats that were rolled up in the corner, and they found somebody's body in there. But just like the kid that I'm talking about, like they found his shoes like in a weird, like they found it like tucked under his leg because he was found upside down, and the mat was like up against the wall.
Oh, what?
So like. They're saying that he was stuffed in there, but they're also saying like he could have like tried to go in there and reach for his shoe, and like he got stuck. But it's like it's one of those freak,
Yeah.
Like those
Yeah,
freak
I remember
accident
there was
deaths.
like a whole conspiracy that
'Cause-
like there was kids out to get him
Yeah.
or some shit. Yeah.
But I think they proved that wrong.
The,
'Cause I did a lot of research on that shit.
The wrestling mats, they roll up and they look like fruit roll-ups.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine being stuck inside of a fruit roll-up upside down.
I
It's
wonder-
basically the
I
idea,
wonder
right?
if he like rolled himself to have fun. Then he couldn't unroll himself,
No,
and then
those
they
are,
came
like, heavy
and they
as
grabbed
hell.
it and it just threw it. Like,
Those are heavy.
You're like,
too
why is this
claustrophobic.
here? And then just
Yeah, I can't do that shit.
I can't either. Have you guys ever rolled yourself like really tightly in a blanket?
Yeah.
Like in a full like burrito? That's
Yeah.
just fun.
No.
No?
No, that's
No.
not.
Do you guys like weighted blankets?
No, but I saw those at Walmart, like 30-pound weighted
Yeah.
blankets, whatever. That's weird.
that sounds like it'd be
You don't
fun.
like them?
Sometimes
I
I
don't.
just
I don't.
want
I
to be
feel
helped,
like
but I don't want the
feel like
commitment
something's
of
holding me
someone.
down. Yeah, I just feel
Same.
like I'm gonna have a dream where something's just holding me down, and I'm
So
trying
Well,
to-
it's
Your
not
sleep
recommended for
paralysis?
children.
okay. So not me. Got it.
Because I am baby.
I'm baby. I am.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of things that aren't good for babies, did you guys hear that they recently legalized recreational cocaine in Mexico?
I did see
I
this.
heard about that.
For two people though.
Oh, okay, I was just saying, what the
I was gonna say I was ready to buy my ticket to Mexico, but a court in Mexico has ordered that the country's health authority is to allow 2 unidentified people to possess, transport, and use cocaine, but not to buy or sell it.
Oh, yeah, that's like the same thing in Canada. It's not illegal to be a prostitute, but it is illegal to buy and sell sex.
I guess because I think the loophole here in the States is like you can pick up a sex worker, but you have to like film it and then have them sign like a release form saying that this film is being used to like sell DVDs or some shit like that. The point
So
is
it can't
it's
be
like
for
a business.
personal
Yeah,
use?
it can't be like for pretty much. Well, I just think that you can't pick up a sex worker just to have sex with them because you're paying for sex, but instead you're paying them to star in this movie, which you're going to sell. You know,
Okay.
It's
Do
weird.
you guys remember that Facebook video that kind of went like Waukegan viral? It was with a guy at the CVS, and it was one of those like panhandlers that was out there, and she was like twerking for him, and she was like pulling down her pants, and he was like offering her $30 for head, and he was he was like Facebook living the whole thing. It's like, dog, you're soliciting prostitution right now, and you're recording it
Yeah, live.
live.
So multiple people saw him trying to pick up a hooker.
Mm-hmm.
And she said $30.
It's not bad.
I went.
What's what's the most you'd ever pay for head?
Depends on who.
The most. So, like, how much if someone... Okay, the most. Okay.
Wait, I mean,
It
By who?
literally depends.
by like a crackhead?
No,
At
just
CVS?
just imagine
by a crackhead,
whatever,
probably like
whatever the most insane amount, I guess, that you would just pay for a head. in general.
$10,000.
Right? Just in general.
If it's
Just in
off in the
general.
street or like, I mean,
Just in general.
I
Just imagine it's just a nice, amazing woman, but she said that you have to pay me.
$100.
Pay $100.
I wouldn't. Nah, I mean, like, if it's someone I knew,
It's not to say that it'd be good head, but
You
it'd
just
be
gotta
head
pay.
from,
Yeah, I was gonna say, like,
head from
12
someone you'd find attractive, and they're like, you know what, no,
if it's
not
just
right
head,
now.
I don't know, like
And
20,
you're
30
like,
bucks. I don't know.
At the most, $20, $30?
Yeah, I feel. I don't know.
Damn, I guess.
I don't
guess
know
I'm
what
too
to
easy
base
with
that
I
that
would,
on.
$400.
You pay more?
I'd pay $400.
You're saying that?
For, like, the most
That's-
amazing...
That's like butt prices,
Head.
though.
Yeah, it is. You're paying premium for that, Alex.
If I'm
But he
gonna-
also
if
gives
I'm gonna
100% tip for his haircuts.
Man, fuck you guys.
pays $60 for his haircut, he leaves a $60 tip.
$60. Okay, because I was gonna say when I get my haircut, it's like $15. but
No,
I'll
my
give 'em,
haircut
like,
is
30.
$30, and I give $30 tip.
Why?
I don't know.
Do you get it colored? Like
No,
every time you
I
go?
don't get anything.
Look at him, do you think he
No,
gets it colored?
the thing is that it was really fancy. I remember, so it was really fancy. They gave me the haircut. I've never had anyone like take me to the side and wash my hair and massage. And then the lady was really nice. It's in like Libertyville, so everything looks all fancy.
You're pitching
So
a
I
tent.
thought that this was literally just like
Hold on,
a
did she
high-end-
did she give you the hot towel?
I'm not
treatment?
gonna, yeah, because
Yes.
I went to it was like Sports Clips or Super Clips down there, and
Mm-hmm.
well, I'm not gonna say where it is, but, but she's like, "Did you want the hot towel? Like, it's free for your first time here." I'm like, "Okay," and she laid me back and she like gave me like the water massage on my
Yeah.
head and get the, and man,
I got
that
that shit
yeah.
at
my dick
Octagon,
got so
boy.
hard.
You
dude.
just felt that
Did you actually?
Yeah.
morning wood.
I was like, I had my phone and everything like covered.
Wait, did you have like the thing that they put around your neck so you don't get like hair all over your clothes?
I think so, yeah.
I had it too.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
can hide that pretty easily. They're like, Alex, why are you a circus right now?
Remember that morning in Macomb where we were all in the living room and then you got painful wood?
Yeah, I
And
got
his
morning
foot.
wood every fucking morning. Oh yeah, no, there was a moment where I'm like, ow, this actually kind of hurts because it was chafing my well, I don't know. Yeah, that shit was rough.
Also, you
But-
slept with your foot connected to the.
You were
the butt end
charging
of your
yourself.
charger.
Oh yeah, I got fully charged this morning.
So,
A little too charged.
Yeah.
as a man who had painful erections, I just went and had surgery. I'm not kidding.
Down there?
Yeah, just go do that so you can stop with that.
Well, I mean, it was only painful in the sense where like it just shot up so hard that like it got caught like in my boxers.
It
Oh,
wasn't
and,
just a gradual growth. It just went.
Yeah, I don't know why, but it was just in that one moment. I think I might have stretched and like the sunlight and like the
popped.
morning. Yeah,
The sunlight.
And the stars aligned and everything.
Oh, what was I gonna say? Alex, so the way you fix that is just by getting rid of the whole unit, right?
Yeah, I got everything just taken out and exchanged for robotic parts.
Yeah. That way
no,
you can just
so-
press. He runs it through his same diabetes
My
pump.
diabetes, I pump that, and sometimes I accidentally pump my penis instead of my insulin.
It's
You
left for
said
some
it's a
interesting
penis,
situations.
not pancreas.
But no, so the place was really fancy. They gave me a haircut. They massaged my head. They gave me the hot towel.
They gave
so
you head.
as I went
I
to
go to that haircut.
pay out, then I was like, oh my god, so this is like a fancy people place. So I have to give like rich people tips, or else I would look like a piece of shit.
But you weren't saying this out loud, right?
Yeah. and then she is like, oh, enter the tip, any amount. And then I looked at her, and I looked at the thing, and I looked back, and I'm like, $30.
Wow.
And then now that I did it, and then like everyone knows my name, everyone likes me, because I give too much money. But now I can't. I really like going there, but I can't let my image die. So every time I go there, I just pay $30 tips on top of the $30.
They better be giving you a hand job with that type of money.
But the person who gives me a haircut, she's amazing. I like her. She's really
So
amazing.
when they cut your hair from the front, what's the appropriate place to look? Do you just close your eyes?
I take off my glasses so I can't see anything.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
If my glasses aren't on during a haircut, they'll start to like split off. To
Really?
the side.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I have a cousin whose eyes do the exact same thing.
If you're not wearing glasses, really?
Yeah, so like normally when I get my haircut, I'll do like 1,000-yard stare, and I'll just like look straight forward. But then like
That'd be
they'll,
so scary to
they'll
cut
bend
his hair.
over. Yeah, they'll bend over,
Yeah.
and like the cleavage is showing, and I'm just like, oh fuck, like I'm trying not to stare, but like. Yeah, when I don't have my glasses on, like I don't have anything to like focus on. Like my eyes will kind of just not bad, but they'll kind of split off like a little bit.
Can I ask you a question?
What?
So making love, they're on top.
Okay.
Do you take your glasses off so you can see them perfectly?
You know what sucks? Like I
So
try
they
to
get split off.
I try to keep my glasses on, but like they're not the tightest fitting glasses, so they'll kind of slip off and fall off every now and then. But it's
sorry.
Yeah.
Putting it back on.
You should have pierced the bridge of your nose, so that way they
Yeah.
wouldn't slip
Okay,
off.
would you guys say that you have your eyes open or closed most of the time?
So
Open.
what I do is when I'm getting a haircut.
No, I'm not talking about haircut.
No,
Okay. I was saying for a haircut.
For a haircut with the amount of the tip that you're putting in, you could look.
No,
at her
I just don't want to be disrespectful, so I look away from her all the time because I don't want
She's
have
like
her
doing a
disrespect.
side
I know.
view.
I don't want to be disrespectful. I find it disrespectful, so I try not to do it. And when she gets right in front of me, I'll close my eyes.
I always close my eyes because it feels nice when someone's playing with my hair. Because I don't get that at home.
That's true. Wow.
I feel like I look stupid if I have my
But
eyes
so you
closed.
said if
Yeah, me too. That's why I feel weird closing my eyes. Even when I'm getting shampooed, like they'll be shampooing and I'll be like my eyebrows are getting pulled, but I'll just keep looking.
I just keep looking away. No.
But you said so if we close our eyes or open.
Mm-hmm. Would you say a majority of the time you have them open or closed?
Oh, wait, during sex for any activity, I have them open. It's like watching
too?
my own personal porno.
Wait,
Open or closed?
I have mine open.
Yeah, it's like watching
But
porno.
But pitch black.
this last relationship, it was always with the lights off. It was kind of like her thing,
Really?
because she used to say like I don't like having the lights on because because she'll focus on one thing in the room and just get completely distracted.
That's yeah.
But I'm a
And
visual-
that's more of an insult towards
What?
me, but like
I don't want to look at you.
yeah.
So I'd rather look at the
No, it's like if-
spider crawling
if the
into that
light-
boy's
yeah.
ear.
Generally, like it's not pitch black, but without my glasses, I can still see like moonlight or whatever kind of light. But no, it's always been with the lights off, so I guess it wouldn't matter if I had my eyes open or not.
Would
If
it be
you were wearing
pitch
your
black
glasses
though?
or not.
Yeah. Well, anyways, that article that I brought up about cocaine, I mean, it basically kind of breaks off into the history of like its usage and like the Mexican Supreme Court or whatever it is. Basically, the whole thing is, if you guys ever get the chance to try cocaine, I strongly recommend it.
I strongly don't.
I'm good.
There's a show on Hulu called Future Man. There's a guy named I think it's
yeah,
like
that's
Derek Wilson. He plays Wolf. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
There's a quote where he's like, "Oh, there's no downside to cocaine. Period. If you have a chance to try it, I strongly recommend it." I'm just telling this to like a bunch of people. But
I don't know about that one.
Have you guys seen Hannibal Buress' joke when he said he did coke one time and his friend got slapped by a girl and she was with 5 other guys and he was on coke. So he said, "Man, go slap that bitch. You slap her, I'll take care of everyone else." He's like, and I don't have to be feeling that way.
Well,
Can you imagine Hannibal Buress actually wound up?
Imagine
Like he looks
me
like he'd
coked
never
out.
get wound up.
you guys want to hear one more? Just because this kind of popped up. Student dies 10 hours after eating 5-day-old spaghetti. This is 10 hours after?
What Olive Garden was that from? What Olive Garden do I not go to anymore?
Okay, so
You gotta go to Olive Garden.
a student with poor knowledge of hygiene ended up dying in his sleep after eating 5-day-old pasta. Unnamed in case reports, the 20-year-old student used to prepare his meals for the week on a Sunday in an attempt to save time and money.
Damn.
He would boil pasta and then put it in Tupperware containers to be eaten during the week after adding a sauce and reheating it.
That's smart. In noodles, that's what we would do. We would make noodles every day. We would make enough for like 1.5 days maybe. So I guess not 5, but how bad could it be to prep noodles?
Well, so he's from Belgium, He reheated
That
this, yeah,
explains it.
he reheated it, the spaghetti that had been prepared 5 days prior, and left it in the kitchen at room temperature, according to the case. He attributed the odd taste to the new tomato sauce that he put on it, and ate it all anyway and went to go play some sports. Within 30 minutes of eating the pasta, he was experiencing intense abdominal pain, nausea, and a headache. After returning home, he immediately had an intense episode of watery diarrhea and vomited profusely. But did not seek medical attention.
I was saying, like, that's where you go to the doctor.
When it happens that violent and that like short of a time span, you might want to go to the doctor.
Jeez, he had everything happen at once.
Yeah.
What sports was he playing?
Yeah, that's true.
It doesn't say. He
Soccer.
just said he went to go play sports.
Bet you
Well,
it's
what do they
fucking
play in
soccer.
Belgium?
Sports ball?
Soccer.
Sport ball. Touchdown points. Yes. Anyways, he didn't seek medical attention. Instead, he chose to stay in his house, drink water, and try to sleep it off.
Well,
Then,
did he really say because he's dead?
Is there a report?
well, I'm not really sure. I didn't pre-read this, so
No, he says that he just went to sleep. It's like, I think he's dead.
no. It seems like
He vlogged the whole
this
thing.
is all like in third person. I think.
Okay.
So I might just be reading it bad. There are a lot of big
No.
words here.
I'm
Anyway,
sure they fucking-
the next morning, his parents were worried when he didn't get out of bed for college. When they went to check in on him, it was 11 a.m. and he was already dead.
Holy shit.
fucked.
An examination of his body revealed that he had died at 4 a.m., roughly 10 hours after he ate that spaghetti. His body was autopsied whilst samples of his pasta and pasta sauce were sent off to the National Reference Laboratory for foodborne illnesses.
Can you imagine your job is working at the lab and you had a bunch of pasta and you're like, who ordered lunch?
Yeah, and then you eat it, and then you die 10 hours later.
So the autopsy revealed liver necrosis, indicating his liver had shut down, as well as
Jeez.
possible signs of acute
Pancreatitis?
pancreatitis. There you go. Fecal swabs revealed that the presence of Bacillus cereus, a bacteria responsible for, quote, fried rice syndrome. Someone's gonna have to Google that for
What
me.
the fuck is fried rice?
Fried rice syndrome.
I'll open up my.
It's when you
medical
put
dictionary.
bananas in your rice.
But food poisoning, commonly caused by leaving fried rice dishes sitting at room temperature for several hours.
Dude, I used
That's
to
a
fucking
thing?
do that shit all the time.
Me too.
Yeah.
Wait, what happens if you do that?
Well, the bacteria grows, I guess.
That
What?
shit yumpy when it's cold, though.
Yeah. Shit.
Was there a Little Caesar syndrome? Because I used to leave that shit out all fucking night and then just eat a cold slice the next day.
Damn.
Yeah,
I'm
so
scared.
yeah, the food tested positive for Bacillus cereus. This food poisoning is surprisingly common. In 2003, a family became extremely ill with this bacteria after eating 8-day-old pasta during a picnic. All 5 children required medical intervention and needed intensive care, whilst the younger girl, who was 7, died when her liver.
What?
When her
Oh
liver.
my god.
Okay.
So everyone, stop eating pasta.
Stop eating. No, just
You don't
eat your
need that
food on
anymore.
time.
See, I don't eat pasta like that, so I don't know what like the leftover rule is on that.
5 second
But
rule?
5 days doesn't seem that bad.
It doesn't. It really doesn't seem that bad.
But again, I don't eat pasta, so I don't save any
Did
leftovers.
he not refrigerate it?
No, he didn't. He left it out for the 5 days.
I remember my mommy used to make me some skitty, and she would just leave. I would leave the pot on the stove too for the longest time, just cover it up with something.
That's what we do here too, all the time. Oh my god.
I'm surprised I've made it this far with my life
I
choices.
know. Without a spider in your ear and old spaghetti in your tum.
Oh, God, I was like, what the fuck was that?
That was
And
awesome.
fried rice
And then I
too.
put the other one.
Everyone's got to stop eating fried rice.
No, I eat fried rice. See, that's the thing. I eat my rice within a day, and that's it. And we toss
I think you did leave it. So the quote from the article says, reheated spaghetti that had been prepared 5 days prior and left in the kitchen at room temperature.
Yeah, so for
Oh,
5
so
days
he
he left
left
it out.
Okay.
That's pretty fucked.
All right, no, I
He
don't.
should have known better.
What about like a cold pasta? Because I love a cold pasta. Oh, it's good as shit. And so is this show. So make sure to like us on Facebook and keep sharing it with your friends. We have something super special coming out for you guys in for episode 50. It's already
What episode
done.
is this?
I don't know.
It was 45.
This might be. Is
No,
it?
this is 46, I think.
46, okay.
We're getting close. We have something that they just watched for the first time. I just finished making it yesterday. So what do you guys? Can you guys give the people just a little tease of what you guys thought?
I'm masturbating.
In the video, it's true, completely true.
I don't know what to say about it, honestly.
Ivan still has scars.
Yeah, Ivan
Yeah,
still.
Ivan, yeah, he does.
He
Mentally
literally-
and physically.
Yeah, that will be out pretty soon with episode 50. And keep sharing it with your friends. We really appreciate you guys. And you guys can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at the Shark Boy. Oh, there's a tease on my Twitter header of what's coming out, so check that shit out too. Anyone else?
Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at really_cool.
You can find me on Twitter at arsonistalex.
And you can find me on Instagram at AlanZF1.
All right, and we will see you guys next week at the Spit Bucket.
I'm a lady, I don't spit.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm gonna beat Jam's ass.
For cheating on me in your dreams.
Oh, man.